Homestead enthusiasts, Dave here. Here's going to be a quick video about my radiant floor heating system. Just going to give you a short overview on this thing. It's the PEX in the slab, it's the manifolds, and then I'll tell you how it's going to be fired up. So let me turn you around and give you a tour. So you can see here, this here is all in the garage right here. This is a 29-foot diameter, 2-frequency dome. There are 3 loops in here. This is zone 4. That's the manifold. So just today I pressurized this bad boy and it looks like it's lost a couple of pounds. We'll have to see how that's holding up over time when I come back tomorrow. But you can see that there are 3 loops in here. And when all is said and done, this part right here gets cut off, and then that will be the feed in return back to the utility room. But that's basically just going to be mounted to a wall right there. Moving on, this is the entrance way. This is essentially like a connecting module on the International Space Station. Front door, garage door, back door out to the back area of the house here, half bath, and then the doorway into the main dome. In here, there are, in the main dome, 2 different zones. On the one half to the right, it's going to have a second floor. On the one half to the left, it's going to be open to the dome. So this is a zone over here with 3 loops. And then this is a zone over here with 3 loops. Let's take a look at these manifolds. Essentially the same thing we just saw in the garage. And they're also losing a little pressure. I've got to find out where my leak is. I've got to come back out with some soapy water, tighten a few things up. If it's not in these connections right here, it's probably in the jam nuts for these valves. That's really the only place it can be. Because the PEX itself is one long tube. Each loop is, at least. And then one last manifold, which I know has also got a leak because I saw it earlier. Again, I'll figure that out. Yeah, that was at 100 pounds. It's now at 70. Not a big deal. I'll find out where the leak is, and we'll tighten everything down and get it all taken care of. This is for the master bedroom and master bathroom. So it's just 2 loops here. And you can see that goes out into this extension, and it'll become apparent over time how this is all kind of come together. All right, so what's going to happen here is that these loops are going to be fed hot water, not glycol, hot water, because this is an open system based on a Radiant Tech system. And in this utility room right here, there's going to be a propane-fired on-demand hot water heater. And that will supply the hot water into all of these manifolds and also to all the different taps, all the different bathrooms, sinks in the kitchen, everywhere. All the hot water is going to be fed by this one unit. Big ass propane tank is going to be outside the building a little bit away for safety reasons, and because I want a big one, just because I don't want to run out. And that's how it's going to work. In the future, the system is set up that if I were to want to incorporate other heat sources other than the propane fired unit, I could incorporate an outdoor wood boiler. I could incorporate a solar thermal panel system that would come in either through heat exchanger or through hot water tanks, which act as a heat exchanger. So we'll see how that goes in the future, and we may do some of that. It really will come down to what is the most cost-effective return on investment. If I do a solar hot water system, I'm considering probably within a few years building it myself, because to buy the system is god-awful expensive when you start adding in the glycol, because those systems have to be freeze-proof and you have to account for all that, and glycol is not cheap. So to buy the equipment and the glycol, probably not a good return on investment. So there you go. That is going to be our radiant floor heating system. I hope you enjoyed that, and just remember, life is good in the Adirondacks.